Welcome everyone to OWINNERS webinar. And we're here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're glad you're here tonight. We just had Jerry Tamfor perform for us. Beautiful music. If you want to catch the music, be sure you come on time because this part is not recorded. His music is not recorded. So we want to begin today with our topic, which is ONPASSIVE and artificial intelligence. And what sets ONPASSIVE apart from many other companies is its AI, the kind of AI it uses, and the amount of AI used within ONPASSIVE is just really, really incredible. So today we're going to learn more about AI. We're going to begin with Tony Monk. Then we're going to have the OTech pros speak on this topic. And then we're going to have an open mic. In other words, you guys can ask questions or make comments. So as you listen to us speak, the speakers speak, take notes so that you'll be ready to ask questions and make comments, all right? So we're going to begin with Tony Monk. He's going to talk about the marketing impact of AI on ONPASSIVE's products. You can take the floor, Tony.
Great. Thank you very much, Lynn. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, and loud and clear.
Fantastic. That's great. I'm outside, so sometimes I get a little noise here, so just bear with me. Great to see everybody. Thank you so much for having me on. Jerry Skeeper, that was fantastic. Fantastic. I love that music. I was dancing along with everybody. It was fantastic. Yeah, no, when it comes to the AI behind the products the innovative products that we got going on with ONPASSIVE, I'm a marketer, and I've always been a marketer for many years, for over 25 years now. And I think everything that we've done, or everything that I've done in the past, has led up to this point. Okay, and what I mean by that is that artificial intelligence has been happening since the 1950s. But with the online marketing, when I first started, artificial intelligence was not embedded into anything. So some of the products that came out in the past, some of them were fantastic because they were the only things that we were used to, and they were pretty cool, and we thought, wow, this is really, really neat. But today, with the artificial intelligence that ONPASSIVE has embedded within their products, it's mind-blowing. Believe me, the products that we see in the back office of ONPASSIVE for the founding members, they're beta products, they're beta testing products. They're nothing like the real products that we're going to see when they go into launch, when we activate, when these products start coming up to the market, when they come up to the market. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I heard not too long ago that some people are afraid of artificial intelligence, thinking that AI is going to take over their jobs and take over the world. And, something like that comes from a scarcity mindset, as far as I'm concerned, only because, you got to think proactive. Think of all the jobs that it's going to replace jobs that most people don't want to do. Okay. A lot of people don't want to flip burgers for the rest of their lives, or do the simple kind of jobs that no one wants to do. AI is going to take over, and then it's also going to create jobs into the future as well, especially with ONPASSIVE, with the innovative products, the market value products that we are creating. They're proprietary. They're what is the word that I want? They are state-of-the-art products. I've never seen anything like it, never heard anything like it. In all my years that I've been doing this, it's absolutely amazing. Like I said, years ago, I thought products that we were dealing with in other businesses that I was involved with were pretty fantastic, like an autoresponder, for example. If you guys don't know what an autoresponder is, it's an email list that sends email. Like, for example, you collect all these emails, say you've got 10,000 emails. It'll send an email to those 10,000 people simultaneously within a second. I thought that was fantastic. We brought up the autoresponder to Ash Mafara, and he kind of laughed. And he says, oh, no, you haven't seen anything yet. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how better can it get than that? So obviously, he's come up with something that's way better than an autoresponder. And you know, I'm excited about these products. These products are absolutely amazing. We've heard the tech pros talk about them on a consistent basis in many webinars. You know, we kind of just sit back and we think to ourselves, okay, well, they're talking about the products. Yeah, okay, I can kind of envision it, but seriously, you haven't seen anything yet. It's absolutely fun. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow all of our minds. And like I said, I've never seen this before, right? And I've seen some amazing things over the past years. Artificial intelligence is just getting smarter. It's machine learning, right? And it gets smarter and smarter and smarter. Starts at the kindergarten level, and then it turns into a billion Einsteins within like a month, you know. And artificial intelligence is going to be embedded in all our products. It's also going to be embedded in the guaranteed targeted traffic that are going to be coming in to take a look at our products. We're going to have artificial intelligence finding billions of people on a consistent basis in fast numbers, in fast time frames, I mean, to see the products that ONPASSIVE has. That is absolutely phenomenal. You know, when you have something that fast, like for example, I've talked about this before. People that are looking, for example, for how to make money on the internet. Every month, there's billions of people on a monthly basis that are looking for those keywords. They actually put the keywords in Google, and that's just one search engine. Google last month was 2.4 billion people were looking for how to make money on the internet. Okay, now with ONPASSIVE, artificial intelligence is going to be embedded in our traffic, right? It's going to put our websites in front of those people, and not only that search engine, but many other search engines. So just think about it. Your website could be put in front of like billions of people on a monthly basis. That's a lot of people. Okay, and if you just get 1% of a billion people that opt into your website, that's a lot of people. Okay, and a lot of, there's also a lot of free products too in ONPASSIVE, which is absolutely phenomenal. Ash talks about the free products, and that's genius, because what happens is people come in for free, they look around, they use the free products like ONET, for example, which is our social platform. They'll look around. They've got a shop, like a shopping mall. ONPASSIVE is a shopping mall. So they'll look at other products and they'll say, wow, look at that over here. Look at this over here. Oh, you know what? I want this here, you know, either for my business or for my kids. You know, it's a learning platform, or OConnect, or, you know, I've been in Zoom. People have spent thousands of dollars on Zoom. You know, some people spend $8,000 a month on Zoom, you know, for 20,000 people, and Zoom only holds at most usually 14, 15,000 before it starts to act up. Our OConnect is 100 times better than Zoom. Okay, I mean, it's just it's amazing. I am just so fired up with everything that ONPASSIVE is coming up with. I'm inspired. I've been inspired since the beginning. Like all of you know, and I've said it before, it wasn't as big as it is now. We were going to start at or stop at a smaller version of ONPASSIVE, but I'm glad that we actually continue to create more products and continue with the expanding the business, because look at where we are now. I mean, we bought 2 floors in the Burj Khalifa. We've launched in Dubai. We're going to be, you know, I mean, there's just going to be a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming up. That's just going to be mind blowing. This is nothing yet. You know, this is nothing. Yeah, we've seen nothing. Okay, we only know about less than 1% of what's going on right now. And just think about that for a minute. You know, over 99% we still don't know, and the less than 1% that we do know already blows our minds away. And for me to say that, and I've been marketing for 26 years, that's huge. And I'm not the only one that's saying it. Michael Williams has been doing this for a long time too, and he's a 7-figure earner. Okay, there's a lot of marketers in ONPASSIVE that have done very well in the past. But the thing is, a lot of us, you know, we could build teams, Like Marty has said many times, we could build teams, but we couldn't bring everybody with us. We had to leave the majority of people behind. And then we had to BS them and say, oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can do this. You can do it. But they couldn't, right? So Ash knew this all along for the longest time. And he thought, well, how can I create something that's going to better the 98% of people that are suffering? Yeah, sure. You got the 3% or the 2% that are doing very well, but how can we bring everybody else along? You know what the problem has been all along since I've been doing this has been traffic. People have a hard time building their teams or bringing traffic on a consistent basis to whatever it is that they're selling. Right? It's been very hard to do. It's been solved. There is no excuse anymore. That part of it has been, and much more has been solved. Think about it. And we've been told this before. The websites that we're going to get a new website every single day, 365 days a year. Think about that for a minute. At one point years ago, we used to share one website with tens of thousands of people. That's a saturated market. That becomes very saturated, becomes very boring. But when you have a brand new website on a consistent basis, it's like you've gone on the web, on the net for the first time every single day. And people never get tired of it because it's always changing. It looks different. But when they come into ONPASSIVE and they take a look at the products we've got, holy cow, I'm telling you, it's I still think to myself, my God, am I dreaming? Is this for real? I have to pinch myself every morning because I live ONPASSIVE, and I'm sure most of us do here. It's a great company. There's a lot of amazing things that are going to be coming up soon. So it's time to stay engaged, get your teams engaged, get them to the back office, and tell them to stay engaged and learn about all these amazing things like our products, and especially the artificial intelligence behind the products. Because without the artificial intelligence behind the products would be just the same as every other product that's been going on for the past 25 years that I've been involved with this. You see what I'm saying? It's the AI that makes it so unique. Okay, it's what makes it top of the line and state of the art and all these fancy names that we come up. It's the artificial intelligence embedded into the products and into the traffic that makes this company unique. Makes it valuable and so on. And I'm sure the my old tech pro brothers here will talk a little bit more about that. Anyways, that's all I have, Lynn. I'll pass it back to you. I hope I didn't chat too long. Great to see everybody here. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. That was perfect, actually. Appreciate it. We're gonna, now that we understand the marketing perspective from our Tony Monk, we're gonna go on to our OTech pros, and they're gonna talk about AI and ONPASSIVE. We're gonna start with Collins Mana.
Thank you, Lynn. Sorry. Yeah, just glad to be here again. With all winners. We are all winners. And the topic for today, well done, Tony. Good to see you. Yeah, you just explained it, especially the marketing perspective. But we are here to talk about AI, why AI is important, in all our products, why Mr. Ashwin Farah decided to use AI, and as Tony said, without AI, our product will be like any other products. Just want to look at the definition of AI and the importance. So when we look at AI, they said AI is the simulation of humans' intelligence processes by machine, especially computers. So machine trying to do something, that is humans, we're trying to use machine to behave as us, And when we look at, again, critically on the definition to really make meaning out of it. So I was looking at different definition. I said, okay, they were using to process human intelligence. And some other, people would define it in a different way. They say it is the ability of a machine to display human-like capability, such as reasoning, learning, planning, and creativity, And you go on and on, there is this different definition, but everything is about making machine to behave like human. You know, we are the one to give that information for the machine. We give everything. We force the machine, not like force the machine. We said, okay, now we are sitting. How do we do something so machine or something can take us from those jobs, as Tony said, that are repetitive? You know, the repetitive jobs, sometimes we feel bored in our jobs. We don't really like it. You know, as I said, sometimes God has given us a lot of brains. We have humans, we have brains. They're talking about billions of brain cells. But if you look at it, actually, we've not even used half, even 1/3 of our brain cells. Sometimes we die without even using them. Very few people, you know, have that capability to say, let us invent, let us innovate, let us do things. You know, thanks to someone like our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, who is using maybe most of those brain cells, part of the brain cells, to innovate, to make things to happen. Very few people use their brain cells, lot, but majority of us die without using it. And sometimes we feel like we are worthless. But this is machine coming into play, innovation coming. Nobody would have ever imagined that machine would do something. Machine will speak to you. There are people who don't even know. When they pick their phone call and machine is talking to them, they don't know it's machine. They believe it's human talking to them. I believe I, for one, when I was really new in IT, the first time I heard it, I thought it's someone talking to me. I didn't know it's machine, you know, until things started becoming clearer. And I said, wow, so they can really mimic machine to behave like humans, to take some of this job. But like Tony said, a lot of people believe when artificial intelligence come into play, it will take a lot of jobs. It's a lie. Yes, people will lose jobs in certain area, because when the design machine embedded with artificial intelligence to take some of those jobs or to do something that are repetitive, remember, there are people who will be happy to say, you know what, I don't even care about this, because how many of us are doing jobs we don't like? There are a lot of people who are doing something they don't really like. They hate it. They just doing it because of money, because they want to make ends meet. I've been there. I've done something I don't even like. Even if they ask me, they said, do you want to continue? I said, no, I'm not continuing. I'm not coming. Because at that time, my brain is working. Where can I go? I really hate this job. I'm just going. Sometimes get up in the morning. I don't even want to get up because I hate the job, but I was just doing it because I want to survive. Many of us are like that. So when machine come and take part of this job, honestly, and create the type of job you want, I believe you will be the first person to jump to that job, because you know you have the capability to perform that. But at that time, there was nothing for you to lean on. And that's why you were sticking on what you really hate. The machine is coming to create a better paid job for you, you know, and the job that you'll be happy. You get up, you'll be the first to wake up. You'll not even wait your alarm. Sometimes we set our alarm and we are the first person to wake up. We wake up before the alarm. That's the job that you really desire to do, like all of us now in ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, it will create millions or billions of jobs, not only for the founders, but for the world through AI. We're talking about Academy. We have Academy. A lot of teachers who are even retired, they can even have living in Academy. They are not founders. They can put some of their lectures in Academy, and they'll make so much money that they could. Even if you look at their past job, what they've been doing, they've never made that type of money. We're talking about those who even use our OCreate to create website. Those who have never even code, because OCreate is hands-free, automated, driven by artificial intelligence. What will they do? They will go to that website. Those who have the desire to create will use OCreate and even build a website, sell it to others. There are people who are a little still being, they are lazy. They will use OCreate and make so much money. What about O-commerce? What about OMAT? Marketplace? Millions of jobs will come. You know, there are jobs that we will even not even imagine that ONPASSIVE will create. You know, for those who are not even founders, there are people just waiting for the products to come so they can start to make money with these products and services. These are job creation through artificial intelligence. Now, if we look at the importance, they're talking about speech recognition, they're talking about visual perception, they're talking about language translation, talking about decision making. You know, businesses will even save time through decision making. Organization will even want to use the product. Remember, we have what? We have O tracker. We're talking about heat map. What is the use of heat map? heat map makes decision for marketers. So it will show you the heat map, the area that you can concentrate your effort and your time and money, rather than spreading your market everywhere, looking for customers, and your customers is just maybe close to Tony Monk's house, and you're pushing your idea to somewhere in Africa where nobody will buy it. That's waste of time, waste of money. But that the heat map will show you everything where you can concentrate, time and effort, and you make so much money. That is artificial intelligence, help you for decision, to make perfect and precise decision. There are a lot of things that can happen. Changing the dynamics, the game changer is artificial intelligence. We started with agricultural age. All of us remember, maybe some of us were not even born. Everybody was farmer. What happened? Industry came. Were there job loss? No. People left, they transformed, decided to work in the industry, better pay, money. Now, what happened? The agricultural section, which was like a peasant farming, become mechanized because of machines. Productivity increased, food production increased, but maybe it was like primitive farming. Because of machine, it was mechanized. And then the industry, people went up and studied, because as humans, we must be dynamic, not static. That's how God created us, to be dynamic. We need to be ready to embrace change. Than, like Tony said, instead of being scared. Machine is helping us to think. What happened? We moved to commercial age. People, offices, a lot of people went to school to study, decided to work in the office. Still job creation. Industries now become more mechanized, where robot can do a lot of stuff. That's still job. They were not, maybe the job loss is just like minimal. People didn't even realize it. Now we're moving where? To IT age, where there'll be millions or billions of jobs again coming. So there'll be scarcity. That's what I would say. There'll be scarcity. It just depends on how people see it. Scarcity of jobs, because when people move, there is vacancy. If I leave my job today, there'll be vacancy. That's true. They'll look for somebody to come in. And I'm moving to another job, better pay job. ONPASSIVE now is my job. Imagine now, when we launch, ONPASSIVE will be my job. My company will look for somebody. Vacancy. Is there job loss? No. They're creating more jobs for others who have been sitting in the house. Because most of us here, 1.4 million people, will move into ONPASSIVE. This will be our lifestyle. And these are all jobs creation. We are giving chance to others. So I just want to leave it there, because if you want to talk about AI, it's just like crazy. So thank you very much for having me.
Hey, but AI is crazy in a good way, right, Collins? In a very positive way, and I'm very proud of our AI. Thank you so much. Now we go on to Oliver. Oliver is going to talk about AI.
Hi, everybody. I want to greet everybody that's here in the house. Tony, thank for the wonderful presentation. Collins, man, first, I want to thank you for waking up this about, I think it's 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the UK, for being here with us. I want to say thank you, bro. And for all the OWINNERS and the ONPASSIVians and the ONPASSIVE AIs in the house, I say thank you and welcome. Our topic is AI. Our two presenters, they said it all. And when we look into AI, ONPASSIVE is the leading company today that we've not even launched or been in the market. We are leading. And for all our products to be embedded with AI, that is what has differentiated us from all the other products that are now in the market. Our CEO and the techs in Hyderabad, they've used all the features of AI, the modules of AI to build our products that is going to make us, being the leading AI company. Now, when we look into AI, it's machine learning. Like Colin just said, that we are the tech that we feed the information, the data scientists that feed the information into the machines to work. And the more we feed the machine, those data, the more the data scientists, they'll feed those data in the machine. It perfects it as time goes on. It makes it not to have emotions. It makes it not to make decisions, for us. And it learns and acts intelligently, that carry out tasks that we human beings, and will do it even more better than us. The only thing is that it cannot like reason like us because it's machine. We feed those machines with the data. I just want to talk about three types of AI. That's the one that I know we've really used them. That is in most of our or all of our products. Reactive AI. Reactive AI is a program that learns about the past and the future based on input it receives. Like I just said before, also filter spams, like in our OMail.ai. That is the security part that is very important in our OMail.ai. Spams free. It also dictates what you can, how you can shop. Connie just mentioned it. Our O tracker and traffic. The O tracker with the heat map, like Connie just said, can guide you where you want to buy a product, or if you want to, and not only guide you, it can also scan and tell you the prices that are in the whole of that region, and tells you this is the cheapest price that you can get. You know, that is the work of artificial intelligence. You know, the next one is limited memory. It uses past data to improve later uses of today. I just said that. It automate and train. AI uses past data to make prediction in the future. It has the ability to read its environment. Very, very important. With AI, there's automation. Everything is automated. When we talk about ONPASSIVE, we talk about AI, automation, and integration. That is the ultimate. That has made ONPASSIVE the best and the best. And AI is, when you talk of AI, you have to talk about automation. Theory to mind. AI has that capability to understand emotions and replicate them, such like humans. Our sonar, O traffic that I just talked about, O chart also, they are all embedded with artificial intelligence. Let me go into security. That is the best of the best. That way, when I look into security as a security person, what AI has, the features that the security features that are in AI is so much that I don't see. I will guarantee that our system and our environment is between 90 to 99 or 98% secured. We don't give 100% in security, you know, but with AI, it comes with modules or features that protects. First, AI, our database is 100% protected. You can protect your database 100%, but we cannot talk the global that your system is 100% secure. But our database is 100% protected. Not like other database in other data center that is secured, that only the columns, like your bank information, your social security number. Those are the ones that other data center they do. That they secured. But ONPASSIVE secured the whole database 100% with the help of artificial intelligence. You cannot be there. You can break everything in ONPASSIVE data setup, but you cannot touch our data. You cannot touch our database. That is something that we'll have to give credit to Mr. Ash Bufara for that. It has the event prediction also. It can predict whenever threat want to come into our system. First, we don't have the firewalls that in the multiple regions that we have our data center and multiple regional data center also, and the cloud, because everything that comes from the cloud also you cannot trust it. But with AI, you can't even penetrate us because it has that event prediction in it. You know, come again. It also have automatic dictation and action. It automate. That's why when you talk about artificial intelligence, you must talk about automation. If it predicts that an attack is coming, it will block all the system. The servers will be blocked and the ports will be blocked. Automatic. So that whatever attacks that want to come in, it blocks. Then our tech guys will come down, look into it, try to see what is the problem. Data breach, it will automatically block. Also, there will be no data breach. You will not hear anything about data breach in our data centers. No, you will not get it. It also has that remote data control. that the robust data control has a lot of time, and there are a lot of vulnerabilities, and there are also a lot of leakages. You will not hear that with ONPASSIVE because it has that robust data control. And when you talk about AI that the CEO has used also, it saves time, like Collins just said, that it saves time. More job is going to be done because AI is doing the thing. It also takes care of repetitive tasks that we human we don't really want to do. It will take care of that. Productivity will increase. Human error, there'll be no more human errors. There'll be more money in the company, in the pockets of employees, because there'll be more money now that comes because productivity has increased, efficiency, more money. More goods will be. They'll have more goods that they can sell out. Then now the CEO will have more money in the company that they'll use to give more raise and more bonuses to employees. That's why the CEO said ONPASSIVE is going to have the stimulus plan for this recession. I will leave it there until then. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Oliver. We go now to Bob Takusi.
All right. Hello, everybody. Greetings from Bel Air, Maryland. My name is Bob Takusi. I'm your friend, always. I want to thank my brothers who've spoken before me. Brother Tony, thank you so much. You look like James Bond there, 007. Thank you, for your insight from the marketing perspective, how AI is going to drive ONPASSIVE product. That was very insightful, so I really appreciate you. My brother Collins, who is the energizer of the OTech pros. You're waking up at 2, 3 a.m. in England to come join us here to give your own input and insight, man. You don't know how much we appreciate you. Thank you so much. You energize and you encourage all of us. And of course, my brother from another mother, Oliver, always doing his thing. Thank you. And Antilene and all the fellow OWINNERS and the founders around the world. It's good to be here. So, one of the things that Mr. Ash Mufareh has done to me, and I believe to all my brothers here, Tony, Oliver, and Collins, is that he has actually challenged us to also go back deep inside ourselves and study and do research and read and learn. I think I say this for all of us, because that's one of the things that we've been doing every week after week after week. We go out, we do research, we come out and we present. Personally, I've been in the industry for a while. All of us here have been in the industry for a while, but artificial intelligence is not our daily routine. We don't work with, my products that I work with are not AI products, but we've gone in using the knowledge that we have and listening to what Mr. Ash is telling us, and we are able to apply it and see it so we can explain to our fellow founders, I'm telling you, it's very exciting to be here. Artificial intelligence is needed now. Every company, I believe it's in that video that I always make reference to in our back office that Mr. Ash put a while ago. Every company, doesn't matter how big, whether big or small, every company needs artificial intelligence now. The companies that will not make AI as a mission in their mission statement to implement artificial intelligence in the next 4 to 5 years, they are going to be left behind. That's a fact. Artificial intelligence is, like Brother Tony said, has been around since the 50s and the 60s. That's true, but it is now, at this current time, it is now the cutting edge technology. Every company needs it in the next few years. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind. Everything is automated, like my brothers have already said. So let's look at AI. I know Collins has already defined AI perfectly, a system that have the ability to mimic human behavior. That's true. That's what artificial intelligence is. But let me bring it down a notch down in simpler terms. Let's use women, for instance. Our women, most of our women, we know they wear wigs. They call them human hair. It is also called artificial hair. You know why they call it artificial hair? It's because when you look at it, you can't tell whether it's real or not. It is like human hair. So artificial intelligence is that system that behaves, responds, acts, just like as closely as possible as a human being. That is what it is. You know, like I said, it has been around since the 60s. And CEOs, some major CEOs are now talking about AI in real serious terms. I was reading something about the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai is his name. He's saying that the impact of artificial intelligence in the next 3, 4, 5 years, the impact of artificial intelligence is going to be greater than the impact of electricity. This is one of the world's leading tech giant guys. I'm not making this up, guys. That the impact of artificial intelligence in the next 3 to 5 years is going to be greater than the impact of electricity to mankind. The CEO, the former CEO of IBM, Ronald Romeri, something Romeri, I forgot her name. She has also said last year that within the next 3, 4 years, AI is going to dominate all aspects of our lives in systems. These are leaders in the industry. But guess what our founder does, Mr. Mufare? They are making projections. My friends here, my brothers here, Collins was at seminars, meetings, maybe last month I was in meetings, Oliver, all of us, Vincent, our executives, directors, the people at the top, they are all saying the same language. Everybody's figuring out strategies of how to catch up. That's what they are discussing in meetings now. But they are making projections for 4 years, for 2025, 2026. But our founder, Ash Mufara, comes in and says, we are going to build tomorrow's tech. What they are saying tomorrow, we are building it today. That's what ONPASSIVE is doing. For every company, big or small, ONPASSIVE is going to deliver that solution that is going to take your company, no matter how small it is. There is something for you that has been built from scratch using artificial intelligence. There's something for you that's going to transform your entire structure, your company. So long as you have the right mindset and you want to innovate, you want to move forward into the next era of information technology and processing business transactions and things like that, ONPASSIVE is going to take you. It's going to take you there. There's somebody's mic that's on. You know, ONPASSIVE is going to take you there. And our founder is saying that, no, we are not going to wait. We are building that technology that they're talking about tomorrow, today. And that's what ONPASSIVE is doing. In all her products, every single one of our products, there is AI. It is embedded inside from the ground up, from scratch. I have this, for those of us fellow OWINNERS, you remember my comparison. I have an analogy that I use that I talk about. You are building a house. You have 2 houses, 2 choices. A house that was built in 1998 without any AI, and a house that is being built today. 21st century houses that are built, integrated with all kinds of, IT gadgets, artificial intelligence, opening, remote garage, everything. Which of the houses are you going to choose? Are you going to buy a house that was built in 1998 that is struggling to patch things? They're adding construction, adding things to catch up with the times? Or will you buy a house currently, right now, brand new, 2022, that has everything that the West offer, that artificial intelligence and everything that we need, the bells and whistles that we need, it's offering now? Which will you choose? That is ONPASSIVE. 1998, the companies like Google and the Facebook and the other companies, the artificial intelligence was here, yes, but They were not talking about it. We're not talking about AI in 1998. You know? So let's look at some of the impacts. Artificial intelligence is going to affect every impact of our life, all sectors. Look at even from the entertainment industry. I was reading an article the other day that was saying that even in the entertainment industry, they are saying that in the future, in the next few years, you are going to be able to sit on your couch, order a movie, a virtual movie, or create your own characters and actors and actresses and scene and everything, and you watch a movie. That's the projection for the next few years. Or movie directors are not going to be making flops, movies that are flops, because they're going to be able to take the script of the story of the movie, put it in an AI algorithm, and they're going to be able to predict whether that movie will be successful or not. How great is that? That is what AI is going to do in the future in the entertainment industry. In healthcare, it's the same thing. Healthcare, we're in another webinar, maybe a couple of months ago, one of our sisters was telling us how they're inside the operation room. It's a robot that is going to the pharmacy and bringing the vital prescriptions back and forth. You know, I'm also reading that doctors and nurses and hospitals, they are teaming together and working and doing research on how to create, use your genetic code. Use AI to figure out your diagnosis with a genetic code so that they can get the exact prescription for your illness. That's artificial intelligence. That's what is in the pipeline. You know, in security, Oliver just talked about security. AI comes with her default defensive posture in security. AI is alert. It's like you have a building, a massive building, and there's a security guard on the door in front of every room, examining everybody that goes in and out. That's how AI is. So it detects and it has that capability to respond to future attacks, like my brother Oliver said. You know, so there's security, and then we have what they call vital tasks. Old people are going to be staying in their homes for a long time because you have AI devices, things that are going to help them to stay in their house. They have things that will monitoring their food supplies, helping make sure their lawn is kept, everything, their refrigerator, they have food there, you know, they can monitor them. And then think of All My Life from ONPASSIVE. That's one of those kind of products that will fall in that category. Transportation area. In Europe, where Collins is, they are driving the train. I believe the train that they use there now does not have a captain driving, and it's self-driving. You just have conductors in there making sure you've paid. You know, we have Google cars. There are cars already right now that are driving by themselves. I think Collins told us last time, if I'm not mistaken, that they even have delivery. They have robots that do delivery in Europe right now, food delivery, if you want. You can order food and a robot will bring it to you at home. That is the impact of what AI is bringing to all of us. But let's look at some other types of AI that add value to a business. And most of these are all what involved in ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE products are all centered around how to add value to your business. So we have something that they call analytic AI. You know, before, most companies, you collect data around, every company wants to know, you know, the information about your customers so they can make good business decisions on how you can target your customers to, you know, reach out to your customers, gain revenue and things like that, you know. But now with artificial intelligence, you can collect that information through machine learning. That's what you call analytic AI. You can collect that data, analyze it, understand the pattern and the buying habits of your customers, and make decisions based on the data. It's decision driven by data. So you do your analytic AI, and it will help you to arrive at that conclusion. But that data is collected, analyzed, mined, you know, and then the executives will make decisions. But we have what they call functional AI. Functional AI is the same like analytic AI, but when it takes it analyzes the data, the system acts. Do you see ONPASSIVE products in that light? Yes. Collect the data, everything, analyze the data, you know, makes decisions, and the system will act. We have interactive AI, where you interact with your system. Do we have products like that? Yes. OChat, for instance, is one. It's an interactive AI. The system is built with emotions and everything. People will come into our system, they will interact with our system, they will go, and they will not know that they were dealing with a machine. And we have text AI. You can text to the system back and forth, and visual, like image recognition. Do we have that? Of course. Remember our timesheet, how you have this image caption when I forgot the name, just went off my head. When you time clock, you clock it in YouTube, your image capture, where they capture your image. That's visual AI. But like Oliver said, there are also several technologies, because when we talk about ONPASSIVE or an AI, most people think it's about machine learning and stuff like that. It's machine learning is one of the technologies around, right? And Oliver gave us some of them, but there are several. We have machine learning where we collect the data and to do our analysis, and we also have deep learning that does more analytics, data analytics, predictive analysis, and all that, so that the system can, like Colin said, make a decision. Decision management is another area inside that AI ecosystem. So you make the decision. We have speech recognition, you know, robotic process automation, repetitive task, you know, image recognition and stuff. There are about almost 10 to 12 different technologies around AI, and ONPASSIVE is using all of those products in multiples, and some just one or two products. A couple of products that we can see how Mr. Ash has used AI to demonstrate the awesome power of artificial intelligence is the OChat, for instance. Our OChat is one of the products that they have you find, based on my research and what I've seen, and based on what Mr. Ash has been telling us, there are several technologies of AI around OChat. We have what they call natural language generator or natural language processing. This OChat is configured to behave like a human being. Machine learning collects the data, right? There's machine learning, there's speech recognition, because it can also recognize your speech and it can make decisions. When someone comes online and is requesting for something, the customer comes on your website and OChat is serving them the request for something, OChat will make a decision. Well, what do you want? You want new free trial? Okay, you make a decision, and then another process will probably kick in, robotic process automation, something else that does that, or maybe you want to take a payment. You see, so OChat is one of our most sophisticated products that have been built. And you will come in and you will discuss with OChat. You will not even know that that's not a human being. We also have OTracker, like I think it was Collins who told us about OTracker. Well designed. It's actually business intelligence, artificial intelligence. Imagine you collect information about your customers and then AI is acting. So when you collect that information about your customers, you have that heat map that Collins talked about. You know that this is where your customers is. There's a decision that's made, something happens. That other process is an AI process that is being pushed. Maybe they can send maybe a commercial could go, or they can send a promotion to where they identify where your customers are. That's the possibility of the systems that Mr. Ash is putting together for us. You know, so we use AI in almost all our products. All our products, in the integration of all our products, AI is part of it. AI is involved. Like my brothers have said, it takes care of all the repetitive tasks, things that are repetitive. AI handles that, so it makes the system swift, fast, you know, and it saves all of us time. It saves the company time, saves the employees time, and everybody gains. And Mr. Ash told us that some of our products are 100% AI. There are some that are going to come out 100% driven by artificial intelligence. So lastly, I'll just end by saying that I'll echo to what my brothers have said. I think Tony and Collins talked about this. Yes, some people are going to have this misnomer that artificial intelligence is going to come and take jobs away. In the short run, just like any other technology, if you go back in time, like Collins was saying, just like any other technology, when the technology comes, you know, it takes time for the people, the world, and everybody to adjust. But in the long run, artificial intelligence adds millions and millions of jobs. In fact, we were talking with Brother Mati the other day, and he gave us some statistics that he read from, I think it was from Forbes magazine or so. Here's what Mati told us. That ONPASSIVE is going to, artificial intelligence is going to infuse from, by 2030, in the next 8 years, artificial intelligence is going to infuse almost $16 trillion into the world economy. That is bigger than the GDP of China and Japan, he says. So let us not be worried, or let us not be confused with AI. AI is going to take away some jobs, and these are jobs, like my brothers have said, that are not wanted anyway. There are things that most people don't like. AI is going to do it for us, repetitive and stuff, great. But in the long run, AI infuses more money, trillions of dollars to the world economy, and more jobs. So I'll send it back to you, Anteline. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, now you've heard from the OTech pros. I think you got a basic understanding, rudimentary, but it's not meant to be a college course tonight. But you do get the important points that help you to understand what AI is and what it is not. And I think the reassurance about the job loss and overall gain to the economy, to the world economy through AI is very, very reassuring. Thank you very much. Now we're going to take it to the gallery, to our participants, to our attendees. This is your time to address any of your concerns, to ask your questions, to make your comments. We just ask that you stay on the topic. So the topic tonight is ONPASSIVE and AI. It is pretty broad. What we ask you to do is not to ask about support type questions, such as, I'm having issues with my password, I cannot log in. These types of questions should not be asked, nor any proprietary questions, as this webinar is being live streamed on 20 YouTube channels. It's going to be seen by founders and non-founders alike. So we ask that you use your judgment in what you discuss. But other than that, it's a very open, it's like open mic in that sense. So we would like you to just simply raise your hand, and then we will recognize you. We ask that you keep your comments and questions to a reasonable amount of time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes should be adequate to get your thoughts across to us. So this is your time, people. Go ahead and raise your hands electronically, and we will bring you to the floor to ask your question or make your comment. And while we wait for that to happen, We want to open it up to any of our co-hosts in particular. If there's anything that you would like to add to this topic, feel free to do so. I see we have I saw her earlier. Oh, Gladys, Gladys, you want to make some comments, feel free to do so. Who else do we have here? We have Abdul, who I think might want to make some comments. Just raise your hand. Tony Monk. Take the floor, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Lynn. Yeah, I just wanted to say, everyone here, you've all heard what my tech bro brothers were talking about and myself about the marketing part of it and the AI behind everything. But you know what? What I wanted to say is that everything that we talked about is all wrapped up into an automated system made especially for you and me. And we are all pioneers of this revolution. Generations are going to be talking about us today. Okay, that's the amazing thing that we have here. One day you're going to walk into a mall and somebody's going to be asking you for your autograph because they're going to remember you as a founding member of ONPASSIVE. I can guarantee you that's going to happen in the future. So we have something absolutely amazing here. Like Lynn said, raise your hands. We have we can answer your questions the best we can, or we'll do the best we can anyway. And thank you so much, Lynn. Back to you again.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Tony. I'm so glad that we have Tina here. She's a technology lover, and I knew she'd want to say something. Good to have you, Tina. You can unmute.
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone around the world, all of my beautiful ONPASSIVE family. I love you all. And yes, I do love technology. I'm a crazy technology auntie, I would say. They call it in Singapore. Auntie geek. My friends call me auntie geek. Why? Because I've fallen in love with technology when since the early 90s, or maybe even before that, before Google was born. And I've really fell head over heels with what technology can do then. I fell in love, and I was seeing how powerful the internet technology is and what it can do for us humans to get together, all of our 8 billion people in the world to be connected. But I'm so glad that we're talking about AI and machine learning, which is not just for now, it is for the future. I am so overwhelmed with what it can do for us. Here in Singapore, Singapore is actually the Asian biggest data center hub. And I love what the government is doing to bring down the carbon emission with our new green data center that's going to be floating on the water. And talking about what technology is doing for us in ONPASSIVE, spot on, Tony. Automation, done deal. Nothing for us to do because it's automated. And I used to be crazily going to the back office. I've got so many accounts. I got to change all the the links. But now it's automated. It's automated to the latest link, when I can use that same a link with my custom trim, and it just goes on to the front. But what I'm trying to say is that AI is, like I said, it's not for now, it's for the future, especially in the medical field. They're helping people with disfigured faces, I think prosthetics, and even now they can. The latest in the AI technology is that they're going to help people who not able to give or make a child So AI is actually going to tell the doctors, the gynecologists, the best sperm to fertilize the ovary. Imagine that. So it's not just for the humanity now, but helping future people to continue with our humankind. So that's really exciting for me. I just want to say what the OTech Pro has mentioned about the the digital transformation that our ONPASSIVE is going. Our security is 100%. Well, like Colin, I think Colin or Oliver was saying 99%. Because there's still a margin of 1% error, which why we have AI to predict when the hackers are bad guys are coming in. So yeah, we are fine, Colin. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here, Lynn, for sharing. Thanks a lot.
I was muted. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, and I think we are all in a good place, and ONPASSIVE is at the top of its game as far as AI goes. Thank you. Let's go to Collins now.
Thank you, Lynn. When Tony spoke, he just brought something in my mind, and I think Bob as well. When I talk about the robotic delivery person in UK, we have it here in our town. The first time I saw it, I thought it was a police van or a robot call from police, but I discovered that in the long run, we noticed that it was a delivery van. You know, when COVID hit, I don't know how many of us were really paying attention to the news. You know, country Tunisia, you know, developed a robot that can check everything on the street, because there was nobody really working on law and order. I believe most of us watch it, driven by AI. You know, it can stop you, check everything. Little car with infrared camera and everything, and the machine will speak to you and say, no, you are not keeping social distance. You are not doing this. And if you keep on hesitating, the police will shut you down, because it's just there in front of you. You're not going anywhere. The machine is just there chasing you from one place to another. Just think about that. You know, just think about that. Sometimes there are times that we can look at life. We say, why are things happen like this? But things will happen for our own good. Because imagine with COVID, there was no one to keep the peace, the law and order and stuff. And they just think like, let's bring in robot that will do all of these things, because we know nobody will even want to go out. All of us were scared. Nobody want to even really go out of their house. And now robot is there making sure the towns are clean, making sure people are keeping, the laws, social distance and stuff. I just want to mention that we should look at it like artificial intelligence, that this is something that will really help mankind, and it will create a lot of avenue for jobs and stuff. Because by that time when they create it, it means you have to create a center for monitoring where people can check the machine, people can make sure all the data that are coming are accurate, and they can really see, that this is the house you go into. If you don't keep it, they will come there and then make sure you pay the correct amount. All of those type of things, they'll find you. So it's a good thing, and it will create jobs, to a lot of people. So just want to mention that. Thank you.
Thanks, Collins. Good points. Let's go on to Oliver right now. Go ahead, Oliver.
Yeah, I also want to add my voice on the job creation AI. Looking into ONPASSIVE, all our products are all embedded with artificial intelligence. What do you people think? More jobs. More jobs. Our CEO told us that we are going to have 4 more offices. More jobs. AI. More jobs. All the products, they have their various departments. All staff has its own department. All tracker its own department. What? More jobs. These are job creation. Only ONPASSIVE alone will create a lot of jobs. All commerce, all shop, more jobs, because all our products are with AI. Let's go to Dubai. Before in Dubai, it was oil. The oil market was booming. Came now, real estate. Now it's what I think last year or last year, the beginning of last year, mid last year in Dubai and the whole of that Middle East region, they announced, especially Dubai, they announced that every technology, everything IT in Dubai should be with AI embedded. What does that tell us? More jobs coming. So we should not be scared about AI. I know as human beings, we don't like changes, but AI is coming with a lot of jobs. Look at our products. Like I always say that Good Friday in America after Thanksgiving is going to, our products are going to sell, like people will get up 2 a.m., 1 a.m., go and stand in front of big stores, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, because they want to buy, they've slashed down the prices. And we look into ONPASSIVE with AI in our products. Products. Price. Traffic. That's when we talk of traffic, customers. These are the main three things. When you have good products, customers will rush. Price affordable, customers will rush. Then when you come now, the last one, AI is leading in everything. AI is in the center. Our CEO hired some tech guys that are in Hyderabad just to brainstorm, and they are stacking the crew, adding more feature, more module onto all our products above market value because of AI. Our data center, all AI with backups upon backups, everything. Tell me which company. All the other companies that are there that they just do patching. They will patch and they get a certain level, they will stop. Because if they continue, the whole system will crash. They don't have money to pay. When one webinar, one other found out, I think there's a founder that said that AWS is building in around Virginia, about how many data center. That don't scare me. What technology do they use? Our second data center that is coming up, that the CEO said that's going to be the biggest data center in the world. He calls it the beast. Our data center are all connected with latest technology. Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, AWS, they use copper cables. We don't use copper cables, we use fiber optic cables. So you cannot compete. Our current data center now has a capacity of 1 billion users. Tell me. AI in ONPASSIVE is like we drink water every day. And that is why we are going to be leading in the world. We are 3-5 years ahead. By the time they want to come there, the CEO said, we'll create another top and move. And we are not in the market yet. We are not in the market. Then when we go to the market, Colin says something the other day that when a mother is cooking a good food, when you are passing around that neighborhood or around that house, you smell the good food. That's how customers will smell AI in all our products, and they'll be rushing. They'll be rushing, coming there to come and look. We should prepare ourselves. Madi Degamo said yesterday in Comfort Show that people will cry when they will see their wallet. They will not believe what they will see because of AI in all our products. People will see their wallet. They will not only cry, they will start asking themselves a lot of questions because the traffic. And why traffic? I always have this short formula. Product is the main thing, plus product plus price. Product plus price plus traffic equals to molars. That's the formula of ONPASSIVE. And why the final thing there is what? AI, automation, integration. You cannot talk about AI without talking about automation. Everything now in the world is they automate everything. Hospital, they automate. My brother said they said it. everything is automated. Everything is going AI. Some of these other tech companies, they go and buy all these small companies to come and revamp them and put it in the market. The Microsoft just bought one AI company that they want to use in hospitals and in the healthcare and finance department. It will not be like ONPASSIVE products. We have a template. I keep saying this. ONPASSIVE will have that template that from scratch, from foundation. We have it. They have the template. That is why we are going to lead. Please prepare yourself. AI is going to do us good, especially we, the founders. We're going to make more mullahs and be comfortable and help our people. That we have missionaries for Africa. That is coming up powerfully. Missionaries for Africa is coming up powerfully with a good structure, solid foundation. Like AI is also embedded with a solid foundation with a template. Missionaries for Africa is coming to help the whole African continent and the world. We also have Chris Johnson's. We also have Chris Johnson's, Bless. So I want to thank everybody. We should not be scared. We are fine. Thank you.
Thanks, Oliver. Very reassuring. And yes, we are fine, more than fine. Hello, Tony, come on down. Oh, what happened to Tony? Oh, did he get booted? Well, there he is.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was unmuted. Okay. Thanks, Lynn.
Okay.
Here, I'm talking to myself. Okay. Oliver brought something to mind. He was talking about something amazing, and we've talked about this throughout this webinar, and that is that AI is going to replace a lot of jobs we don't like to do, and it's going to create a lot of other jobs as well. Jobs that we want to do, that we're going to be inspired to do. But the thing is, also, our artificial intelligence, AI, is also embedded into our products, which means that it's also going to help us make passive and residual income. Because of AI, we're going to be getting paid passive and residual income. What is that going to do? It's going to free up our time, something we can't buy, something we never get back, right? Which is time to spend with our families and the people we love. Also, one thing that Tina brought up as well, the configuration that AI is going to be helping people with in hospitals and what have you, like people that get into accidents, they have configured faces. Artificial intelligence is going to bring their faces right back to the way it used to be, even better than that. I mean, think about all the things that AI is going to do, right? It's going to replace the crap none of us want to do, and it's going to create things that we do want to do, right? But we also have to understand that artificial intelligence doesn't run on its own. It's machine learning, but somebody has to be behind it, right? To constantly do the coding and make it better as time goes by, right? So it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm just so inspired with where AI is going to be taking us with ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is truly a revolutionized company moving into the future, and I've never seen anything like this. Like I said, in all my 25 years, nothing like this has ever existed. I thought an autoresponder was amazing. To reach a million emails within a snap of a finger simultaneously is absolutely incredible. But AI is going to be doing way more than that. Now, the thing is, because of our old mail, it's going to go into the inbox and there is no spam folder. Because, at one time when we used the autoresponder, and autoresponder also had AI embedded into it as well, but not as sophisticated as it is today. But now all the emails that people are going to be opening is going to be right in your inbox. None of it is going to go into the spam folder. So, I mean, just think of the things that are going to be created moving forward here. I am just so inspired, and I can't wait, for Ash Mafara tomorrow with what he has to say. It's going to be absolutely amazing to hear, what the next steps are with our amazing company here. Thank you very much, Lynn. Back to you.
Thank you, Tony. I am excited just like you are. All right, we can now go to Bob Takusi.
Yes, Auntie Lynn. When I heard about Dubai, when Oliver spoke, it just reminded me of something when we're talking about, AI and digital transformation. I remember that Dubai is one of those leading areas, and I think that's a strategic reason why our CEO took us there. Last year, the Crown Prince of Dubai made a proclamation that I think in 5 years, Dubai is going to be the first city that's going to be 100% automated through artificial intelligence. 100% automated, yes. And you see the brilliance of our founder, Mr. Ash Mufarah, the strategic thinker that he is. Then we go in there and install ourselves in Dubai, where technology, leisure, and commerce is now converging. That just came up to my mind, and it's all driven by AI. It's all driven by AI. Then I want us to also remember that as the beauty about AI or machine learning is that it gets better. The system perfects itself with time. As we collect this data, this machine learning, we collect the data, the system, reads the data, does its analysis, predictive analysis, or whatever it does, it gets better and better, and the system is going to perfect itself as closely as possible to a human being. And that's why we have a machine learning department. Mr. Mufarah creates a machine learning department so that our engineers are there, they are perfecting the system, they are looking at the data. We have data scientists and all the rest, engineers, architects, and all the like, working and making sure that the system is perfected. I'm sure within the next 6 months to a year, ONPASSIVE system is going to be 100% perfect. I know we don't give 100%, but based on the way, the preparedness of Mr. Ash Mufarah, the way he's preparing, we know that within a short period of time, the whole world is going to really be reveling over ONPASSIVE and her products. Then I want to say one little aside. I use Cisco WebEx and Microsoft Teams. Just to piggyback on what Oliver was saying about, they're just going to patch. So what has happened is right now, Cisco WebEx has upgraded. We have a new upgrade this week. I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate myself around the interface and everything. It is like child's play if you know what is coming with ONPASSIVE. But they have done something also. They have something called Cisco WebEx Translation Services. It's their own version of like auto translate. It's not an auto translator, the ONPASSIVE way. It's just the translation on the screen, caption. But what they have done is, just like we're saying here, it is a third party. You see, it is a third party that is actually doing it. So they buy another outside third party product that is doing the translation. It's not her. So, but the difference with ONPASSIVE is everything is proprietary. We are building our systems from scratch. Everything is ours. So I just wanted to throw that out to us that we are really fine. We are not only fine, we are really, really, really fine. ONPASSIVE is ONPASSIVE. All her products are hers. They are proprietary. Mr. Ash, that is one of the reasons why it is going to be very, very difficult, very, very hard for anyone to really try to compete with us, with ONPASSIVE. We just have to join ONPASSIVE or use our products because it belongs to us. Everything, 100%, our data center, our hopefully very not too distant future, our own financial system and everything. So Ash Mufarah can give any price. Number one, he's not motivated by greed like all these other people who want to make profit. He's more focused on the value to the customer. So our price could be anything. So long as there's enough for us, the founders, and for the sustainability of the company. So it's going to be really hard for anyone to come and compete with ONPASSIVE. You just join us or use our products. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And also autonomy, right, Bob? We're intending to be fully independent so that we don't depend on any third parties for anything eventually. Isn't that right? What the goal is? Bob? Are you?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, ma'am. Yes. 100% autonomous, yes.
So that's
it's good for us, good for the founders, good for our customers, good for, you know, those that use our products and the world at large. Because you have a company that has come with heart. Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, we're proprietary, everything is built from scratch. It would make it very difficult, I think, for companies to catch up with us or displace us because everything we have is built from scratch.
Remember the strategy of our founder, Mr. Ash. He is, like Oliver said, we have a brainstorming. As we sit right now, there are people who are already working on the next version of all our products. We haven't even launched yet. There's a brainstorming team that is already looking at, okay, what do we do next, you know, before we launch? And we are coming in above market value, above everything that you've seen, with features that are not yet seen, that are not yet in the market, you know. So it's going to be very, very hard. We are like 4 or 5 years ahead of them. CEOs are actually making projections and talking about 2025 to get to where we are right now. It's going to be very, very hard. But the beauty is that Mr. Ash has created that template for any company that wants to come along like us. You have to, first of all, start with OBLESS, and OBLESS is our flagship product, right, for humanity. So Ash Mufara has already cemented his legacy through that, how we're going to work to uplift the entire world, because any company that is going to want to try to do what ONPASSIVE has done, you have to use our playbook, right? You have to also create your own free crowdfunding system that you absorb all the costs, and that uplifts mankind. And that is what Ash Mufara is all about. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, Tony. Come on down.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off what Bob is saying here. You know, yes, Lynn, what the plan is to be self-sustainable, completely 100% self-sustainable. And as far as the competition is concerned, there is no competition. And I'll tell you why. Most corporations out there, these big conglomerates, they have to answer to shareholders. We don't have shareholders here. So we have a lot of wiggle room. We have a lot of room to move around, a lot of room to move forward a lot quicker than a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies have to answer to their shareholders, and they have to say something like, okay, guys, you know what, to catch up with ONPASSIVE, we have to lower down our shares to borrow that money to catch up with them. Do you think the shareholders are going to do that? They're going to say they're greedy. Shareholders are greedy. They're going to say absolutely not. So for them to catch up with us is impossible. And for another company to start from scratch, like we have, it's going to cost. They have to have a blank check, and not a lot of companies, not a lot of people out there have a blank check to create something like ONPASSIVE. And nobody in their right mind would actually create something like ONPASSIVE. You know, you have to be a person that has a beautiful heart, who actually cares about humanity, like Ash does, to create something like this, where he's going to, you know, share most of the profits with his team or his founders, and the resellers coming in as well. I mean, that's just beautiful. There's nothing that's ever existed like this before in all the years that I've been doing this. So yeah, we are going to be self-sustainable, which means that people are going to be joining us. We don't have to go out there anymore and get people to join us. We're going to be the hunted. So they're going to be coming to us. And as far as competition is concerned, there is no competition. I'd be very, 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 very surprised if there was competition out there. And if there is, they're gonna be second. And even the company that's going to be second competition, I highly doubt it, because again, it takes a lot to get to where we are right now. And we're always moving forward. Remember what Ash said not too long ago. We're going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of products. We are going into generations. We're going to go for this is a long-term sustainable company. And that's what we're building this company on. So I'm very, very excited. Thank you, Lynn. Right back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. And I do think that we're in a good place. I don't think that companies will catch up to us. I kind of agree with you on that. And I like the fact that we are privately held. We're not, we have no stockholders, so we're not beholden to them, and we truly can do the best for the company and for the founders, for example. So I think we're in a big advantage. And also the fact that the company is debt-free. That's a big plus, Tony. Thank you very much. Now we go on to Tina Go. Hi, Tina. You're back. You can
Yes, I'm back. Oops. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm too excited not to say anything. Uncle Bob went deep diving and then Tony talked about our CEO's heart. Oh my God. You know, when he came on to the Hong's webinar yesterday, I wasn't there, but I caught the recording and it's so wonderful to hear how he differentiates ONPASSIVE against the other businesses in terms of them designing their businesses using the how and the what first before looking at the why. But the way that ONPASSIVE is being built, what he has built ONPASSIVE on is first and foremost the why we do it, why he's doing this business, and it's for uplifting humanity, and that is that is my dream come true, and that probably the reason why I'm still crazy over technology, because it is what has helped us to realize why we're here as a human, you know, and making other humans better, living lives better. What Ash has done is he's not reinventing the wheel, but he's innovating it. He's focusing on resiliency and sustainability to the future and making sure that, like I said earlier in the chat, the security as a business imperative rather than an afterthought. And so this is what he's doing for all of us and all of humanity, and I'm so in it to win it. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Lynn. That's what I wanted to add.
Thank you for that great contribution, Tina. Love you. Now we go on to Bob Takusi.
Yeah, I just want to add that, you know, ONPASSIVE is never going to happen again. I agree with what Tina says, what Tony says. I don't think anything like ONPASSIVE is ever going to happen again, because one, it takes a very unique person, human being, right? I don't think that human being is ever going to come again. Number one. Number two, you also have to have the means to do it and the heart to do it. I don't think that is ever going to happen again. That's all I want to say. We are fine.
And that is why we always say this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, literally, because when are you going to find a CEO who's not profit driven and who is a true humanitarian? There aren't any that are actual humanitarians to the bone. You don't see that. And you don't see a humanitarian who's also a visionary, who's also a marketing genius. I mean, we are in a good place, people. And I think we need to appreciate what we have and really cherish what we have. It's very special. Again, once in a lifetime. I would definitely agree with that. All right, do we have any other comments or questions from our attendees? Well, I think we did cover quite a bit of ground today on a topic that is of interest to all of us, because as I said, AI is a big thing in ONPASSIVE, right? And we're really proud of the fact that our AI is highly embedded into our products, and it is top-notch AI. Mr. Mufara doesn't spare any expense in making this company the great company it is today and how it's going to be in the future, even greater than it is today. So thank you very much. What I'd like to do now is give our thanks, and then we're going to go to a prayer by Father Bless. And if you don't want to be present, that's fine. We want to give you the option to opt out if you want to. So right now, we would like to go through our thank you list, starting with Myra Aquino and June Buckingham. These are the two ladies that are producing our gorgeous graphics. Are you enjoying the graphics that you have, the Zoom background behind you for those who are using it? Isn't it pretty? Let's give them a hand. I think they're talented ladies, and we're really glad they're dedicated to helping us produce the graphics that are important to this webinar and to other webinars. They do a lot for other webinars as well. We also want to thank our chat guardians, headed by our chat commissioner, who is John Barilla. Thank you, John, for all you do. And he rounds up his helpers and gets them to commit to helping with specific webinars. Tonight, we've got Listra helping, as well as Bruce Gerstein. So thank you for all you do. That's a really important function.
And Lynn, could I just, Lynn,
yes,
I just wanted to say thank you to my guardians who covered for me tonight because I was late. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say that. Thank everybody for covering for me.
Yes, and you know what? You got such a good crew that I wasn't worried. I knew that Listra and Bruce were there, and you've trained them well and you've guided them. So I had no qualms at all. So no problem, John. We all have lives we have to lead, and you are always consistent. So thank you so much, John, and to Listra and Bruce G as well. We also want to thank our hosts. Who are our hosts? Bob and Oliver. They create the agenda for every webinar that we have. They get the speakers, they line everybody up. Thank you, Bob and Oliver, for your commitment and your follow through. We want to thank the OTech pros who are a staple here that always present. And Bob and Oliver are two of the OTech pros. We have also Vincent and Collins. And tonight we had Collins. And remember, it's 11 o'clock now, but what time is it in UK where he lives? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 a.m. people. That shows commitment. I mean, let alone that he's awake enough to speak and be coherent. Yay, Collins, good for you. We also want to thank a regular contributor, Tony Monk. You add a lot to the webinar. Thank you very much, Tony. We love you. We want to thank our co-hosts, Sylvie Wanti and Marcienne Hemabu. They do the greeting of everybody, and they introduce Skeeper, our lovely and committed musician who is here with us. I don't know if he's here at the moment. He might have stepped away, but I still want to thank Jerry Tamfor. His professional name is Skeeper, and he is here pretty much every week to perform for us. For those of you who came in late, you're not going to hear him because he performs just before we live stream and record. So if you want to catch the music, come on time, come early. We want to thank the people who promote this webinar, the unsung heroes of OWINNERS. These are the people that are posting on social media. People like Marcienne, Gladys Navarro. There's so many I shouldn't really mention. Listra helps a lot. Tony Monk helps as well. There's quite a few of you that quietly help in the background, but it's so important that you help on social media. It makes a big difference. Thank you to our attendees, because without you, we wouldn't have OWINNERS at all. Thank you very much. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't. I try my best not to miss people.
Yes, you did miss somebody, Lynn. You missed Lynn Nakamoto. Let's give her a hand to Lynn Nakamoto, everyone.
No problem at all. It's my pleasure to be here with you all. It's my joy to be a moderator for this webinar. I love this webinar. Okay, so now we go to Father Bless, who's going to give our prayer. Thank you, Father Bless. Where are you?
Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Before I pray, I want to take the opportunity to thank all the leaders and all those who are part of this webinar. My friends, what I've got today is not only the knowledge, is that we are in the transition time and we are fine. So I choose a prayer that will help us to ask God to be with us during this time. No worries, confident, and focus in the future. Thank you. Let us pray. God of love, you are with us in every transition and change. as we enter into this new era with excitement and even some anxiety. We recall your deep compassion, presence, and abounding love. We thank you for the gifts, talents, and skills with which you have blessed us. We thank you for the experiences that have brought us to this moment. We thank you for the work of others that gives breath and depth to our work, our own work. Be with us as we move forward, rejoicing with you and supporting one another. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Love you all.
Love you too. Thank you for giving the prayer. We appreciate it.
Amen.
Amen. Let's now go to the family.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, yeah. So this is when I'm going to unmute everybody and you can take your time and say goodbye until we meet again, which is when? Next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for another good webinar by OWINNERS. Thank you all for being here.
Lynn, I just wanted to butt in and say that I think you're doing a live tonight, aren't you, with your husband?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me give
a chat.
Okay.
So this it's called it used to be called Late Night Chat with Lynn and Rob, but Ashmo Farah came on our chat last night and he had some suggestions for our name. So everybody loved the name that he picked, which is now called Rob Lynn Live. And Rob Lynn is together, one word, Rob Lynn, and the next word is live. So Mr. Mufar is amazing. He just thought of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, who would have thought to put two names together? So come and join us for Rob Lynn Live at midnight tonight. It is every night. So come join us if you have time. Thank you. Okay, so now we go to, I go unmute everybody. Have fun with the goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, John.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Bye, team.
Bye all. Night.
Good night, June.
Good night, Raphael.
Bye.
Bonne nuit, Abraham. Bonne nuit.
Rob Lynn Live. Rob Lynn Live.
Bye, John boy.
Good night, all.
Tina.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
I'll see some of you in 50 minutes.
Night.
See you all in 10 minutes.
See you later.
Awesome.
Alligator. Bye, John Barilla. Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
listening to my crazy talk.
I fell asleep.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, everyone, for
Oh,
coming.
no. Thank everyone. Thank Ash
you.
Mufare. Thank ONPASSIVE. Thank OBLESS.
Yes,
We're
thank you,
so
Ash
in it to
Mufari.
win it, everyone.
We are so in it to win it.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support.
No, always be here.
Love you all.
Thank you all. See most of you in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Hey,
Thank you
Casey.
for coming, Casey.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everyone. Great
Sawadika.
webinar. Bye-bye. Great to be here.
Hey, Bridget.
See you
Namshu,
later.
Bridget.
Nice, sweetie.
Next Friday.
Love.
Hey.
Bye now.
Abu, hi. Bye.
Thank you for
See
coming.
you. See you, Chris.
Hey,
Hey.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support.
Trisha, always love you. Love you, sharing.
It was awesome.
Nice, beautiful. Hey,
Oh,
June.
June,
I love the
you are
background,
so
June.
much.
Bye now.
Thank you, June.
It's gorgeous.
Night, Tina, Soul Sister.
That was a
Well
nice,
done.
nice one tonight. Thank you. You are
You did working it together.
My soul sister, magical
now.
Mara. Come
Yay!
Where's
Thanks to all the
Mara?
YouTube
See you
chat
later.
guardians.
And in the dark.
Hey, John Brother.
Oh.
The CC.
Hey.
Hey,
Chat
John.
commissioner. See
Hi.
you later, alligator.
My sister Marcy.
Yeah, where's Marcin?
I'm here, Tina. Thank you. Can you see me?
Thank you.
Can you,
Now we're in the
you-
gallery. I see you now. You're
Can
not
you see-
spotlighted.
Oh, okay. Thank you. This is me. I'm here.
Yes, I see you, lovely girl.
Thank you.
Again. Best of luck. Good night.
Oh, all the best. I'm so excited.
Everyone.
I'm so excited. I'm going to get up at 3 a.m. this morning. Oh, tomorrow morning.
Me too,
Okay.
Tina. 2 a.m.
Tina.
All right.
Okay, Tina,
Gotta
what
be
time
there to
Live.
listen to Ash.
Okay, gotta
Tina,
go.
what
Gotta
time
get
is it
ready
in
for lunch,
Singapore now?
y'all.
What
See
time
y'all
is
over
it?
there. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night, June.
Bye.
Guys,
Tina,
gotta get
so
ready
this is
for
Mara, I
midnight.
see you.
I'm gonna survive. Gotta get ready for midnight. Okay.
Roblin
See y'all.
Live.
Good
See
night.
you in 45 minutes,
Hey,
Lynn.
45 minutes.
Lisa. I hope you're
45
well.
minutes.
45 minutes to Roblin
45 minutes.
Live. See you there
Link
tonight.
is in the back
All
office. I
right.
posted.
See you
Bye.
soon, everyone. Lynn
I'm already
Nakamoto,
there.
where are
I
you?
wasn't here, but I was there.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
Auntie Lynn.
I see transfer.